I've been playing wrestling games for about 20 years now. One of the first games I played was SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Ever since then, I've bought pretty much every single wrestling game from then all the way up to 2K23. It's not something I really share with other people. I only have 2 or 3 friends that I know that watch wrestling. But it's a big part of my life, almost as big as Sonic, Need for Speed, and Metal Gear. So when I told my friends that I was going to be skipping WWE 2K24, they were a little bit surprised. I mean, just the other day, I was sending them screenshots from 2K23. I love playing these games, but now I've come to a point where I'm just getting tired of the 2K games. A few days ago, WWE 2K24 was revealed, and I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I don't know why I thought that on their 10-year anniversary of them making these games that they were going to try to do something major to improve the game. Shame on me for being that gullible. I had a whole script ready to talk about this game, but after seeing the trailer and hearing all the features that are coming to the game, I just deleted it. Because I'm really considering, just not playing these games anymore. First of all, this game looks just like 2K23. Like, there's hardly any difference. They barely made an attempt to make this look different from 2K15. It's like they're refusing to utilize the capabilities of the current gen consoles and PC. This seems to be happening because the developers' visual concepts, they will not stop developing these games for the original Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. I'm not sure if this is something that 2K is telling them to do, but if it is, they need to stop, because this is doing more harm than good. There are games that were released 10 years ago that still look better than this. Just leave the last gen consoles alone, 2K. On top of that, shortly after the trailer was released, information about the game's new features started to come out, and if I'm honest, I was very disappointed by what I read. The main theme of the game is going to be a celebration of the 40 years of WrestleMania, so they do that by having a 40 years of WrestleMania showcase. I've never really cared about the showcase modes. I mean, they're just boring. And like in 2K23, I'm pretty sure they're just going to unlock wrestlers and cosmetics behind it, forcing me to play it. Of course, I know why they have showcase mode. This is not really a feature made for people like me who've watched the product for decades. I don't mind that it's there, I just wish they would stop locking content behind it. But moving on, the casket, gauntlet, and special guest referee matches, they're all coming back this year. And I'm not about to praise removed matches that are coming back. No. Backstage brawls are getting more things to interact with, and now you can have tag team matches, triple threat matches, and fatal 4-way matches. This is nice, but I was hoping they would add more locations and bring back connecting the backstage to the main arena, which stopped being a thing for no reason. Now, I will give them some props. The ambulance match type is coming to the game, and while this is technically not a new match type, and I know I just said that I won't be praising returning matches, but the last time we saw the ambulance match was on the Nintendo DS port of SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, so good on them for bringing that match type to the modern day. Up next, the Creation Suite so far is getting 2 new features, Create a Sign and Create a Referee. I don't think anybody asked for this. Like, I kind of understand why. There are people who create their own show and would love to have their own custom referee. Still, why was this added before bringing back Create a Finisher, something everyone has been asking about for years? But who knows, maybe it's in the game too and they just haven't told us about it yet. I doubt it though. My faction is also getting some updates, but that's not something I was ever interested in. It looks just like a mode where people just dump money into to get better cards. A waste of time. Now, despite my attitude about this game, not everything I saw was bad. There are some changes and improvements that got my attention. There's going to be a new My Rise story, which honestly was always a good thing about these games. This mode will have even more voiceovers from wrestlers that are doing this for the first time, which is really exciting. Universe mode includes more things to do during rivalries like run-ins, Money in the Bank cash-ins, special guest referee support, double title matches, loser leaves town matches, and they've also added more cutscenes, of course. Hopefully they include more solo universe mode improvements because that was so boring to play in 2K23. My GM, my favorite mode, is also getting upgrades such as adding the new match types, more titles, talent scouts, brand trades, and Superstar Journey, which lets your star train and gain EXP to level themselves up, gaining more benefits. All of that is exciting to hear about, considering 80% of my time in 2K23 has been spent in my GM. There are also a few welcome gameplay improvements, more finisher slots, new weapons, new paybacks, super finishers which use up all 3 finisher stocks and will almost guarantee a victory. You can also now dive onto multiple people outside of the ring, and they will have a new trading blows minigame. All this stuff sounds great on paper, but I'm still on the fence about getting this game. I don't want to spend $60, $100, $120 on something that could have been just released in a $30 to $40 expansion. I'm not going to lie and say that I think these devs are lazy or they don't care, because I don't think that's the case. Out of all the video games I've played, this team probably does the best job of interacting and listening to their fans. Most of the time. What's happening now is that after 20 years of buying and playing these games, I'm finally done putting all this money into a franchise that's either refusing to or just not being allowed to evolve. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you don't have any competition. Think I'm crazy? Look at what's happening to Pokemon and Pal World now. The WWE games don't have any competition. None of their 2K sports games do. So they have no real motivation to make their games the best that they can be. And you know what's really stupid? In the end, I'm going to get this game anyways. Not on day one, of course. I'll more than likely wait for a sale, but I'm still going to get it. I enjoy these games too much. Despite all the things I hate about it, the showcase mode, my faction, my many issues with the creation suite, including how restrictive the creator entrances have become, I still love playing this game. And that's what sucks about playing a game that has nobody else to compete with it. It's currently the best game to play because there's no other game to play. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to buy it later, and I'll probably do a video comparing it with 2K23 just to see if my pessimistic look on this game was accurate. What are your thoughts on WWE 2K24? Am I being too mean about this? Please leave your thoughts down below, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.